Hey everyone, here's an interesting little video and also an interesting piece of equipment, or should I say pieces, because yes, this is how hi-fis used to be made. Separate pieces. You can still get some hi-fis like that, but normally now you just get a big chunk. But what is this video about? Well, I don't know if I've told you somewhere along the lines, but I've been hoping to build up a vintage hi-fi system, you know, amp, cassette deck, tuner and turntable, of course, and get a pair of lovely big floor standing vintage speakers and have some nice records played down here, because I don't actually have a record deck down here. I've got my DJ decks upstairs, but upstairs, did I say that right? Upstairs in the music room, but I really wanted some stuff down here to listen to my records, so I thought a vintage hi-fi system would be ideal. Also, I like recording tapes. I use a Walkman, believe it or not. I use a Sony Walkman for portable music, sometimes from time to time. I've got some great things on cassette, so I do like to use cassette from time to time. But anyway, I've got a cassette deck. I think it's I can't remember the make of it, but I will show it in a future video. It's a cassette deck that's older than this unit, that I might pair with this receiver and this amp, because this guy is a little on the dodgy side, and I'm not too keen on it. I like cassette decks with the VU meters. This is a great cassette deck. It's got Dolby noise reduction and everything like that. It's got a nice little timer on it, but I'm keen on the older ones. So yeah, I've been wanting to build up a little system, and well, this guy, I mean, look at it, it's ready built for me. It's not, you know, massive, big, bulky 80s hi-fi equipment. It's sort of somewhere in between a normal sort of little hi-fi system and that big stuff. It doesn't go back a very long way, and the amp has integrated power for the cassette deck and the tuner, so that's pretty cool. It's got two sets of speaker outputs, two sets of stereo outputs, and you can switch between speakers A and B, which is really cool. And it's also got, here's your tapes, all your tape stuff, so you've got the ins and outs, so you can record from everything else. You've got tuner, auxiliary, and phono here with your binding post for the ground, so that's pretty cool. You can see the back of the other gear down there. This amp is extremely nice, I like it a lot. You can see you've got a 5-band EQ on here, left and right. Here's all your selectors. You've got your tape, your, what's this, phono, tuner, and your auxiliary. Wasn't expecting that radio station to randomly pop up. Here's the tuner, really nice. It's got a lovely display on it. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, this is made by Fisher, which I'm not too familiar with, but one thing that attracted my attention is the quality made in Japan. Very, very nice. And I've already shown the cassette deck. So, bear with me, I'm gonna find a song on my iPod. I know it's criminal to use a piece of equipment like this with an iPod or something digital like that. It's gasping for a turntable, but I just don't have a turntable to hook up to it. I also forgot to mention that I do have the original instruction booklet, big A4 booklet. You can see all the stuff that I have there. They've got the amp in the middle, but I've got it swapped around the wrong way. And you can also see the turntable that it would have come with. I probably wouldn't have used this anyway, because I'd like a little bit of a higher quality turntable if the cassette player is anything to go by. But the amp and the tuner seem to be great quality. Anything with moving parts, I'd like to upgrade to something slightly higher. There's all the model numbers down there. I believe MT35 is the turntable. I believe the T means turntable. Not 100% sure, I'm just guessing. But yeah, it comes with a manual, which is pretty cool. These speakers I've had for a while. These didn't come with it. They're just bookshelf speakers that I use for testing and whatnot. But I will be using them for my rear channel speakers. There's my front channel speakers for my surround sound, and I will be using these for rear. These are actually, I think, 60 watt, so that's pretty cool. And this amp, I turn it up to sort of there-ish, depending on the EQ and depending on the song, and these guys are starting to distort with this amp. amp. So this leads me to believe that the amp is fairly powerful. I've also seen somebody from a different country on YouTube, because I typed this amp in quickly just to try and find the specs of it, which I couldn't find. It doesn't say anything about output power on the back of it either, which is frustrating. But I typed it in on YouTube, and someone was running pretty tall floor standing Sony speakers, big 3-way speakers off this amp, and it was sounding great. So I hope to get some floor standing speakers, and you never know what will turn up as far as cassette decks goes. The cassette deck that I was talking about going on the bottom that I do have, it's a very nice deck, and I've been trying for God knows how long to get it working, but it just simply will not play out of the right channel. It sometimes plays, it's an intermittent fault. I need to get a demagnetizer and deoxidizer or whatever they're called off of eBay to clean it out, see if I can get it figured out. Took it all apart and everything looks okay. I haven't got the greatest knowledge in cassette decks, but me and my dad took a look and it looked okay. Maybe I'll take a look at this one, because this guy is extremely dodgy. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm going to find a track to listen to and we'll test out this system, and also I'll play about with the EQ and you can see the quality of that. So just a quick reminder and disclaimer, I have no intention of broadcasting any of the content that I play in this video. Nobody can gain access to these tracks by me demonstrating them in the video. This is for demonstration purposes only, and the quality is far too poor for the tracks to be obtained from this video. Just had to say that, everyone. And also this will be mentioned in the video description. This is for demonstration only. So, have my iPod fired up here. Let's give it some volume and let's play some tunage. These are very nice speakers for the size. Very beefy, very deep and very heavy. So, I don't know how well it's coming out on the camera. My camera has a pretty nice mic. However, what it does do, which frustrates me, there might be an option in the settings, but what it does is when it hears the volume go up, it automatically brings the gain down. So when I turn this knob, even though in person it's becoming louder, it doesn't really become louder on the video, which is a shame. But anyway, that's nothing to do with this video. That is coming from my iPod. That's the spare auxiliary channel. The light that you see in there is from my camera, by the way. Let's go over to the tuner, and you can hear some radio.
Becky, thank you.
Now, I haven't got the aerial set up at all. Everything's folded up, nothing's plugged into any kind of aerial, and it's still picking up great reception. And I've never had any good reception in this particular room with any other bit of equipment, and this tuner is doing very well.
Can't get a set. That's your next clue.
Sorry about cutting there, everyone. But anyway, as I was saying, here's the tuner that we're going to test out. You've got your long wave, medium wave over there, your average stuff. The quality of this stuff is crazy these days, isn't it? Can't find much without the antenna up there.
Volkswagen commercial breed.
What's that?
He is a man. In a reigning perfect harmony.
Someone singing a Beach Boy song, is it? Let's give it a go with a bit of FM.
Sharon Osbourne in Fruit and Veg Shocker.
Okay, he's opening a fruit and veg stall.
Oh, dear, yeah.
Yeah, next clue.
Don't put any pictures of VB next to young, sexy pop stars, you cruel people.
So I guess that's Radio 1.
And early next week.
At last, the return. Very many thanks to you. Have a good evening. Have a good evening.
Some kind of Welsh radio station.
There's a fair in Llandrine. And more tomorrow, of course. Kicks off at 2 o'clock. All right, Mark. It's released now.
The Welsh accent is bonkers.
Change your attitude towards them.
Well, thanks very much, Peter Kinderman and Angela Clough.
Classical. Is this classical FM? Who knows? Back to the iPod. Anyway, that is my new hi-fi system now. What is the plan, guys? Well, I plan on keeping it there. No, only joking. I plan on moving it back there and wall mounting that speaker. I've got some brackets for those speakers. And then I plan on putting, you know, the speakers for this, floor standing speakers, maybe one under my bed and one under my desk or something like that. Not too sure. Wherever they sound good. One thing I might do as well is hook up through the... I've got spare... What am I trying to say? Spare RCA hi-fi outputs on my video player. And I'll probably hook them up to the auxiliary of this stereo because... Gotta love a bit of retro video player hooked up to a bit of retro hi-fi. So, that's the latest, everyone. Please stay tuned for the big surprise videos that I'm doing. It might be a little while until I do them. The money situation isn't looking great. I need to spend a little bit more money. But yeah, I've kind of spent all my money, I don't have any money. So again, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Ooh, and of course, I need to buy a turntable for it. So after my big project, I'll be trying to find a turntable for this guy. Not to match, I don't want, you know, I want a nice, preferably direct drive turntable if I can afford it. Made by Technics, one of their nice vintage home audio ones. Or anything, I don't really mind any decent make. Of turntable. A nice quality belt drive one would be nice as well. But anyway, I've rambled on far too much in this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.